Hello, welcome to Spa 6 Hours. So a historic aficionado will tell you that this is a race for GT40s, but it is one of the most eclectic mixes of cars in a race anywhere in the world. So I'm going to do what I never do here, because I'm so focused on trying to win, which is actually have a look around the paddock, because there are some really cool cars here. So let's have a little tour, shall we? There's about 15 GT40s in the race. So what happens here, bit of culture of historic racing for you. People get quite bothered by how many GT40s are in the race. Obviously they're not all real. And so if you're going to come here in an E-Type or something, they used to win the race here. GT40s have become so good that effectively it then becomes pretty difficult to be successful. So, some stuff like this. So, hello mate, how are you? You're now part of a film.
Okay, I'm alright with that.
Are you in this?
Yeah. So we're in this one for in the 6 hour. We did last year in this one.
Yeah.
We won our class, so it's good.
It's a 3.8 coupe.
Yeah. Cool. It's alright. I was like,
Good mate.
what are you doing this weekend? You're
40.
Oh, you?
40, yeah.
Do it, right?
It's this, Grant Williams. Cool guy. Driving an E-Type Jag. These are the problem here. This is a Elan 26R. And the problem with them, maybe not this one, is they only need to stop once through the whole race. Obviously it's a dinky little 4-pot and they're super light as well. So if it rains at all, it'll be around like 2 seconds slower than us. But even if it's dry, I told you all about the pit stop, you can stand down there for 10 minutes, which means we've got to, on track, outpace this by 10 minutes over 6 hours, which even in a GT40 is pretty difficult to do. You've got to be pushing quite hard. They also put less energy through everything, right? Because there's so much less power going on, so they never break. Tough. Less worried about this. We know all about these, but they're just a hoon machine. So that'll run out of tires. Ford Mustang 289, exactly like our one, to exactly the same spec. So needs to invest in some of Matt Neal's light wheels, like we did. Actually, maybe they are the light wheels painted up. Real steel. No good, no good. So this will be the one that we're confusing ourselves with for the whole of 6 hours, because it looks remarkably like ours. You can see how many 40s there are. See how many 40s there are in the race. There we go, look. We're gaining a tiny bit of attention. The other thing we're up against is in the GT category is this kind of thing. So that's a Daytona Cobra, the development of the blue car. So effectively you've got the same engine as the light blue Cobra there. It's mounted in a very similar way, but longer, more aerodynamic body, and it's also got independent suspension. That's one of the faster of the what's considered pre-66 GT style of cars. So that's kind of like in a different class, up against an E-Type, up against what else? Up against all the other Cobras, up against a TVR Griffith. If there's one here, little squat TVR, we'll go and find one in a minute. They're kind of like next along after us. Cool bit of kit, heavy on the steering, notoriously. Big deal is they have all-round disc brakes as well, which is really helpful here at Spa if you want to, because obviously drum brakes wear out, get hot. So come on along. Also this kind of thing. So this is a 2-litre air-cooled 911. There's so many great little Porsches in the race. They're not super fast, but I'm not sure that's the point really. Just super cool. And they're tough. They're really tough to keep going. Really tough to keep going. Obviously, highly strung engine. They race all in one category called 2-litre Cup. Will be garaged right next to Audi R8 GT3, which are racing here in GT3 Legends. So that's the thing, right? So the way historic racing's going, this stuff is becoming more in vogue. You end up with something from the 70s garage next to something from sort of like the early 2000s. Something that will go around here 80% as quick or 90% as quick as something that will be in the Spa 24 hours. Oh, hello. More 40s. We're sharing grids this year. You see, that's one of the Daytona Cobras rumbling by. I don't actually like the look of them very much, but I think they're cool cars. We're sharing with this Alpha Revival Cup this year. There are loads of these little GTAs in the race. Again, not overbearingly quick, but they're super cool out there. Awesome little things. So they'll run in the Alpha Revival Cup, then they'll re-prep it, then they'll run it again for 6 hours. Imagine like that with a historic car. I mean, I don't think an Alpha's ever run for 6 hours of this period's ever run for 6 hours all in one go ever. So I don't know how that's going to work. These guys are going to be swift. This is Jordan Racing Team, again, another one of our sort of serial historic competitors. It's Andy Jordan, ex-British touring car champion. He's gone full historic and now builds sort of, he won't thank me for saying this, but semi-hot rod spec historic cars. What we do in the 6 hours of Spa is they join the pit lanes together, and we go right down there, and then we go right down the endurance pit lane to the fuel station at the end. You'd think that it would be way better to be up here in these opulent F1 garages. We've learned it's really not. We try and get, if at all possible, down the far end, means you're closer to the fuel station to make the fueling decisions which really dominate the race here. So we're a little bit out of it. You can see the kind of thing we're up against, but our GT40 should be quickest out on track. It's all about getting the old juice in her.